listen to me. Welcome to another edition of Sideline Sports. Here, there, and everywhere on the radio in Atlanta, WDJY 99.1, DBTV, all social media, NFL alumni, social media, Facebook.
I was going to say social media.
Yeah.
A lot of places.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're everywhere. We got
Hold on,
Dave
JB, what's
DeRocher.
Twitter? Do you mean X?
We don't use X. We use Twitter.
Always.
You got Dave DeRocher, Jake Malik, John Shear, and of course myself, JB Ellis, if you haven't realized that by now. I don't know what you're watching, but we're all here tonight. We got a great show. You know, I got something to talk to you in about 15 minutes that's going to get you excited because we got a nugget of information last week on our shows from Raphael, and I love that man. He's made me bank this week. But, you know, let's get right to our guest. You know, we got Dave, why don't you do the introduction?
Well, so I met this cat last weekend when I was up in Jersey for the NFL Alumni Media golf tournament, and Fred McQuarrie from the he played in a handful of places, but he was an Atlanta Falcon for a couple of seasons, and he and Terrell Buckley are launching an Atlanta Falcons show, and so figured, hey, what the heck? Let's have him on so you can talk to the folks in Atlanta Wednesday morning.
Let's bring him on.
So, Fred, and be ready to be entertained. So I'm just going to stop talking. We're going to be the Fred show. I can assure you that. Fred kept us entertained the entire weekend. So no pressure, Fred, but you're on.
No. Hey, guys. Hey, man. What a great night down here in South Florida. Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be on you guys' show. You guys are doing a great job. Let's jump right into it. Let's go.
Well, there we go. So Fred, all right. So we were asking about Falcons football. You said you didn't have much to say other than the quarterback situation. So,
well, I know something. I thought about that. I thought about it. I do follow it, but not as much, you know, because I'm always I try to play a lot of golf. So,
that sounds like a good life.
Yeah.
Show everyone the shirt and the hat. Because he's not just playing golf; he's playing at Augusta, people.
I was going to say he's playing serious golf. He's not playing like amateur, what you and I would play, JB, which is
no,
not
good. No, it's called good to know people. Good to know people.
So
Fred, I have to go down to Atlanta and hang out with Fred and go to Augusta, play around, and they can laugh at me.
I'd love that.
See, I said that. And
my bad. Somebody called. How do you block that?
Do not disturb.
All right, am I back on?
Yeah, really.
You're on.
Just text them. Leave me alone.
I know, right? Fuck, leave me alone.
Listen.
Oh,
man. So I have a question for you.
I don't even know our record. What is it? 4-5?
Yeah. So why doesn't Arthur Smith use Bijan Robinson? Like he got drafted 8th overall.
John, the fantasy manager, is asking right now.
No, I'm serious. Like.
I got to agree with John. That is a good question.
John, I can't
like to mess with him.
Wait, one at a time, guys. John.
I don't know if he froze. If you get drafted top 10, why aren't you being used? If you're a running back, you got drafted 8th overall.
What are you doing, a commercial?
Okay.
Fred, do you hear me?
I hear you,
no.
yes.
Okay.
I don't hear John.
Yeah,
all right, John, I'll relay the question for you. I got you. Because it is a very good question, John.
Yeah.
John's question really was, we're talking about Atlanta football, and the question really remains, what the heck are they doing, and why aren't they using Bijan Robinson? I mean, top 10 pick, right, John? That was what you wanted to get a point. Top 10 pick, super versatile back. You can do it all. Why are they just like not using him?
Maybe they're trying to. What I'm thinking, they're trying to make sure he lasts through the whole season. That's what I'm thinking. Not just using him up. Plus, we got another good back in Algier. He's pretty doggone good too. So, that's why running backs are so devalued right now, because they feel like you can just plug and play. So if you need more than one, you almost need 3 good backs in the NFL. So they figured, why pay one when you're gonna have 3?
Well, then why draft one at number 8 and not select a different position? When you have more press.
I can't hear him still.
Yeah.
John, can you try like coming back, like leaving, coming back? Maybe
yeah. So he was asking why draft him so high. Well, because he's a talented back.
What about JB? Speak, JB. Can you talk?
Yeah, you hear me?
I don't hear JB either. I think that phone call might have knocked me out.
Yeah, I definitely think it was the phone call. Jake, if you want to ask him to go off and come back on.
Yeah.
Because I know the phone calls will mess it up when you use your phone.
Let's find out. John, speak real quick.
Yep, I can hear him now. Yep, I think
all right. So
so I was
JB,
just
you gotta leave and come back.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. I know. He's their best player. He's he kind of remind me of a little younger LaDainian Tomlinson. He's versatile. He can catch the ball. He can block. He can run. He's remind me of him.
But they're not using him like LaDainian Tomlinson. That's the problem. You're not wrong. He's absolutely on that caliber of like ability. But to John's point, they're not using him. So what good does it do? How helpful is he if he just sits there the whole time? I
agree. But I think they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him more involved. They just try not to just throw the whole load on him and just let Algier and the other guys take some load off his back. Because this is a long season. Everybody knows that it's long.
Yeah, I guess
it's not. Ain't no guess. Trust me, it's long.
He's only had
I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, I guess, like, yeah, that's what we're watching is that's the plan, but I don't know.
He's only had one game more than 14 carries.
But say that again.
He's only had one game where he carried the ball more than 14 times. And he's the 8th overall pick. It makes no sense. How
many times did he catch in that game? They probably try to give him 20 touches a game.
They don't throw it to him that much.
The most touches he seems to have had in a game is 24, I believe. No, 23.
That was the game where he ran over his only game with over 100 yards.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, he's had 2 games over 100 yards.
Or 2 games.
Two. But the other game was against Jacksonville, and he had 19 touches. But yeah, that's the thing. He hasn't.
Yeah, but he should be more involved. I think he definitely should be more involved, and I think Coach Smith gonna get him more involved. He was like, "Hey, what do we have to lose?"
Here's the thing. So, John, when was his flu game? That was week 7, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
So week 6 against Washington, he has 13 carries, 5 catches on 8 targets. So clearly, they're trying to get him the ball more than 20 times. They get it to him 18 because he didn't get all his catches. But whatever. The intent was 20 plus touches, and that's a good thing. But John, you said it. Since the flu game, he had 1 touch in the flu game, which whatever. And then after that, he's had 11 and 13. He's been
so let me ask you this, Fred, just to kind of touch on Bijan Robinson. He only has 1 carry inside the 5 this year. Why is that?
Because they got Algier is a bigger, strong. He a bigger back, so he carry much more, and he low to the ground, and he probably he got a little bit more punch than Bijan. Maybe so, but listen, it's a reason he's not getting the ball. It's a reason. I don't know what it is. Me playing 12 years. It's a reason he's not in there. Trust me.
Right.
It's not just by accident. I don't know if it's something injured or he's late to practice, or I don't know what it is. Is he injured or has he got something wrong with him, hammy? It's something. The reason why he's not in there. Trust me.
I figured I'd ask for our Atlanta listeners because I'm sure they all have the same. They're thinking the same exact thing.
Frustrations.
Could be better than 4 and 5. Unfortunately, they sit with a losing record and a game out of the division.
Yep.
But for what the talent they have. I'm not happy with it, but that's not that bad,
No, not at all.
You're not disappointed. You're not like, oh my God, I'm ecstatic. You're just, this is not so bad.
I think they're doing a hell of a job, y'all. Honestly, for what they have.
Process.
Their best defensive player went down. One of their best defensive players, Grady Jackson, he's out, and they still trying to maintain and hold on. So,
hey, Fred,
I'm kind of satisfied where they are right now, especially being a young quarterback with Ritter.
That's fair.
He's been wishy-washy a little bit, and I think Henneke gonna give him a little spark. I'm telling you.
I agree with that.
So watch out. Sometimes change is good.
Sometimes it is.
That's what you were sharing earlier, Fred. You were sharing that you like Henneke coming in.
All right.
That he does. So, and it's funny because you said you don't watch a lot of Atlanta football, but you sure got a lot of opinions and a lot of thoughts on it.
He did play the game for a while.
I'm just saying.
I watched the highlights now. Come on.
I know you do. Oh, now we lost Dave.
Where's Dave?
I'm not sure where Dave went.
But I do want to ask you, because we're talking about football, and I wanted to ask you, sticking to the Atlanta topic, favorite memory when you played in Atlanta, what was that for you?
Probably we played in the NFC divisional round against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with Michael Vick, Michael Vick, and Warwick Dunn.
Oh.
And we kicked the snot out of them. We ran. No, seriously, we got. I think we still have the record for the most playoff rush yards.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow. So that's a heck of a backfield.
That really is.
Man, we lit the Rams up. I think we had maybe close to 300 yards rushing.
Nice.
It first half. The game was over.
That's a good memory. I like that.
Warwick didn't get touched much that game. Then the Eagles, we played the Eagles the next week in the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
But let me tell y'all something, man. I had just won a Super Bowl with New England, right? And let me tell you, it was a different locker room from when I played with the Eagles. No, when I played with the Patriots and when I played with the Falcons.
How so?
Because we knew we were going to win in New England. But when I was with the Eagles in the halftime, it was like we were just happy to be in the game. I was like, oh my God. The score was I think the score was 13-7 at half or 16-7. I was like, man, we can win this game. And it was just it wasn't a good, we're going to kick their butt kind of, you know what I mean? I was like,
yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, and plus it was cold as hell up there, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I just remember saying, man, we're going to lose. That's what I told him. I was like, we're going to lose, man.
Man, we're going to lose.
We're going to lose.
I love this guy.
Y'all,
I love it.
It's the truth, y'all. I was like, man, we're going to get our ass kicked. I know it in the second half. We got the ball, right? We're only down 9 points or something like that. I don't know what we were down, but it wasn't that by much. And I was sitting there saying, dude, you know how hard it is to make it to the damn Super Bowl? This is the best opportunity we got. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. We did lose. That's when T.O. came back. You remember T.O. came back in Jacksonville? Mm-hmm. They beat us. He didn't play against us, but I'm still a little salty about that game.
I couldn't tell.
Still a little salty about that one.
So, Fred, you play a lot of golf. I heard both those guys you mentioned are pretty good golfers too.
Who?
Warwick and Michael Vick.
Yeah, I would say probably Mike can beat Warwick. Probably. Yeah. Warwick does a lot of charity work, as you guys know. I think he's giving away. Warwick is giving away. Man, I think he had 212 homes now. Something crazy.
Imagine
that, dude.
The veterans. Yeah.
Not just veterans. Not just.
I believe veterans. Single moms as well, right?
And single dads.
Oh.
Yep. That's amazing.
The work that man has done, given the circumstances he faced, I give him a lot of credit for that.
Hey, I got a funny story about Warwick. So, listen, we were playing in Seattle, and I was fairly new there, right? Because I had got cut by New England, and the Falcons picked me up, right? So I'm learning a whole new offense on the run, and so we're in the whole TV timeout. Me and Warwick and I, we just go back and forth because he's dominant, I'm dominant. We're cussing, man. F you too, screw you. So Peerless Price tried to jump in the middle of us, right? That were our receiver, Peerless Price.
Yep.
And he was like, hey, man, y'all shut up. And both me and Warren looked at him and say, you shut the bleep up. You shut up. All during the TV timeout.
It's too bad the TV missed all that.
It was so funny. So at the end of the game, we were in the locker room, and Peerless goes, hey, man, why did y'all cuss me out? I was just trying to keep the peace.
Where's NFL Films when you need them?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Really hilarious, dude. We had a great time.
Mic'd up.
We need mic'd up golfers.
Oh man, we going, but golf wise, I would say Mike before Ward, definitely. Mike got a sweet left-handed swing. Now Mike, he's quarterback. You know, he got that rhythm.
Quarterback.
He's got it all in the hips. That's what he needs.
Yeah, he can hit it now. He's pretty doggone good. So he can't beat me, but he's good.
That was my next pick. So like I mentioned, we just got done playing in Jersey, and just so everybody that's listening knows, Fred's a really good golfer. What place you come in, Fred, in the tournament?
We came in third. You guys beat us, but I don't know how, but you guys did. I saw your swing. I saw your swing. I don't know how you beat it.
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, Dave. I think this might be accurate, and tell me if I'm wrong. But you guys scored better than him.
Yeah, and I played with these sticks. I played with these guys. They do pretty well. One of them works for the PGA. So,
hey, but you can't beat the pencil.
You got some ringers.
No. Oh, hey, you know what? No, these guys, no mulligans. Not, we played it where it laid, and literally this cat made, I would say, 4 30-foot putts. Drained.
Yeah. No, but hey, congratulations on you guys winning. I'm just giving you a hard time. You know that.
No, you have to.
You guys did a great job.
I'm not very good. I know Fred's a good golfer. Everyone said he is, and Buck's a pretty good golfer too, right?
Yeah, Buck's a really good golfer too. Yeah, he can't beat me, but he's good.
Fred, who can beat you? Anybody?
Yeah, John Smoltz, like Ray Allen.
Next time you play John Smoltz, I want a video of you and John Smoltz scoring. Or you and John Smoltz trash talking.
You can't even play John. I don't want to play John. John's that good.
Wow.
I'm not losing my money to him no more.
Speaking of good,
hey, I played with Chipper Jones. Freaking listen, them baseball players.
No baseball players can play.
Yeah.
They're so long. I played with Ken Griffey Jr. He's good. He's really good.
Fred's just name dropping us right now.
No, I know. Hey, but I whooped Bo Jackson's ass though. How about that? Bo
doesn't know golf.
Bo doesn't know golf.
Bo knows a lot. He just doesn't know golf.
Well, he knows golf. He's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I'm like his little brother, So I talk a lot of smack to him. He hates it. Oh, he freaking hates it.
So Fred's
awesome.
So, when we get done with the show, I got to talk to you about my tournament out here on the West Coast. Where it's always beautiful and get you out here. So now the names aren't quite as big, but we'll help Byron Scott and Munoz will be.
I play with Byron Scott in Bermuda.
And Akoya, and so we got some guys coming out, and we'll talk about getting you out here.
Great calls,
man. I'll be happy to do it. I do it. Yeah. I had to cut back on. Like I'm happy to help. Your show, and because I'm all about everybody being successful. Sure. But I definitely will. I'll come out. What? Tell me what time of year is it?
It's March 18th.
March 18th.
Yep.
I got to look at my schedule because I have a few things going on I can't talk about. So
we'll talk
offline.
Yeah, you get off camera. We could be honest with what we're doing. Hey, but speaking of what you're doing, so one of the things that we want to talk about is you and Buck, launching an Atlanta-based show.
Yes, we're going to launch. It's going to be called On the Fringe with Freddie Mac and T-Buck. It's going to be awesome. So we're trying to do all sports. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know nothing about hockey or
if you need hockey help, come talk to John and I.
I'll call you guys on it. Tell me when it's offsides and
of course.
all that stuff. I have no clue.
I always got a game on. Rangers playing, I'm watching.
I'm a Carolina guy. Hurricanes.
He's just.
I've been to Florida Panthers game. But hey, it's pretty cool. When they were winning, it was packed, and it was. I didn't understand it. I know when they scored a goal. What does it mean when they throw the hat on? Everybody threw their hat on the
hat trick.
That's a hat trick. That means they scored 3 goals.
Right? Come on, bro.
3 goals. One player scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
No, I really don't watch hockey at all. But I knew they went around and collected all of them. So when you get a hat trick, do they give the hats to the player? What do they do with it?
No, they just throw it on the ice.
So the player,
it's a hat trick, so they throw the hat.
So all the hats.
Who gets the hat?
They all go in that player's locker. All of
Lost
them.
and found.
They go in the player's locker. And then the
I think it ends up going to like charity usually at the end of the day.
Boys and Girls Club.
They're done.
Usually the player will like throw them out because they're dirty, disgusting hats.
Okay.
From what I know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they put them in a plastic bag and.
Yeah, they basically go to their locker and then they decide what they want to do with them.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
And that's pretty much what we do on this show too. We talk about all sports, mostly football, mostly NFL, mostly football. But we, as you can tell, these guys get all geeked up over hockey. I'm West Coast guy.
How about your Giants though? Whoa, what is that? Oh my God, what is the Giants? Who's Giants fan? I think
unfortunately, JB and I.
JB and oh man, what's up with that?
Well, we have a quarterback.
Hey, you noticed
we made an $80 million mistake. It was an $80 million mistake, and now he's hurt, so it's an even bigger mistake. So that's basically what happened.
I don't know what's up with that. Like, man, but hey, he had a great year when he was supposed to last year.
I wouldn't go that far. 15 touchdowns isn't a great year.
That's all he had.
That's all he had, and he got $40 million. I don't know how it was a great year. It makes no sense to me.
Wow,
John. You know what, John? I watch what you say because your team hasn't beaten a good team this year yet.
We're not talking about my team. We're talking about Daniel Jones. I'm a Finns fan. Fins up.
Oh, okay. Dolphins. Hey,
you mean the fraud Finns?
Man, you talk about your 2-7 team, man.
The Dolphins. Look, I know my team suck, but I can admit it. We'll talk about that more.
Hey, the Dolphins don't suck. Come on.
Yeah, we don't suck.
Oh, you wait. But we'll talk about that later.
They don't suck.
Talk about that later. Hey, we got to talk to Fred.
Hey, but the Jets, that was kind of brutal.
Hey, Mike, do me a favor. I saw that comment, Mike. Mike, you want to talk smack? Get your butt on the show. Until then, I keep telling you, shut your mouth. You have an open invitation to get on here and talk to me. Otherwise, shut it. Anyway, sorry, Fred. Why don't we talk about Fred's charity? Can we talk about that?
Well, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Let's go.
I think that's
got a charity.
I think that's important. Of course, you do.
Yeah, I got the 44 Ways Foundation. It's pretty cool.
Tell us about that.
We help like underprivileged families in need in Florida, and we have a golf tournament too. But one of my guys, he passed away, so it's been kind of during the COVID thingy, so it's kind of been on the back burner. So, but we want to crank it back up, especially now as we getting our podcast going, and give back. That's what we do. That's what we're here for, to help somebody else, right?
Right.
See, that's my favorite part about athletes is not the production on the field. It's the off the field. You know what I mean? It's like the people you are off the field, what you do off the field, all that stuff. Like, to me, that's what's important. It's not, how many yards you get or touchdowns you throw or whatever. Like, it's
that's important too. That's important too.
What Dave does with his charity. Like, that's what's important. That's the real stuff.
Absolutely. I totally agree, man. And like I said before, we're here to help our brothers and sisters along the way. You know what I mean? Like, we all need a helping hand sometimes. Yep. And why not be a crutch for them? So that's what I learned. I got inspiration from Warwick. Warwick's such a man. He's one awesome class act guy. I'm telling you now. Him, Derek Brooks, Derek Jeter, those guys, man, I'm telling you, they're freaking them. John Smoltz again. Those guys are amazing. I'm telling you. Like,
and what's
you can just see it spews off of them. Like, you can see like the goodness in their heart. So you learn from that stuff and you try to implement it in your life.
That's amazing, and that's a great lesson. And that's like John said. It's great to see all these athletes that do more than just play the game. Because as fans, which we all are, we don't necessarily see what you guys do behind the scenes. If I didn't know Dave, I wouldn't know about the First to Goal Foundation.
Yep.
Unless I somehow came across it, I wouldn't know about your foundation, Fred, unless we spoke tonight. So right. I mean, there's so much more than just athletes. You guys are people, and most of you guys have great hearts and are giving to the community. So, we definitely appreciate what you do. Where can people find you and find out more about your foundation?
Well, I'm at what is I'm only on one, I'm only on Instagram. I'm only on Instagram. Well, I was on Facebook, but I got locked out, and I had like 5,000 followers, and I couldn't get back in. That's been like 4 years ago, and I said, "Screw it. Oh well." I started a new account on Instagram, so I did. So I never got back in my account on. If you pull me up on what do you call it? The meta now, right? What is it called?
Oh yeah,
Meta Facebook or whatever. Yeah, pull me up. I got like 5,000 followers. I can't get in.
But you won't do anything about it because you're not on there.
That's why you won't accept my friend request.
No, that's not why.
No, that's not why.
No, yeah. I probably didn't know I hadn't been on there in years. So you gotta hit me on Instagram at Fred.44.McCrary. That's how you do it.
Perfect. There you go.
I'm too old for that.
Oh, I'm following you now, Fred. So you got one more friend. Now you got 2,241 followers. So now you're getting popular.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you guys do a great job, man. How long you guys been doing this?
I've been on this 8 years.
3 years together. The three on top have been together for 3 years. Dave's been with us a couple months now.
That's awesome.
And I've been here about 6 months or 3 months or 2 months. How long have I been
And
here?
his face is already turning gray because of it.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyhow, hey Fred, we appreciate you coming on, bro. And I'll be in touch with you to get you out here on the West Coast and play some golf.
Definitely, man. You guys are doing a great job, man. Keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you for
Fred.
Thank you
All
for
right, man.
Thank
Later,
you again.
Later.
Thanks for
All
having
right,
us,
so
John. He had us.
Yeah,
That's like JB saying, put it on the screen.
Gave us his time. We got some great guests coming up.
all right, so
JB, I think you got something before we do that.
yes, that's a great point. So Raphael last week made a great statement. He goes, NFL teams getting to 40 points, so difficult. So what did I do? Went to my account on mybookie.ag, and Sunday morning when John's Dolphins were in Germany, I took the under with Kansas City, and I won a nice little parlay. Then last night, yet again, Jets and Chargers. The over-under, I believe, was 40.5. Raphael was in my mind. 40 points, it's too much. So again, I went to mybookie.ag, and I loved the Chargers last night. Went with the Chargers and the under, and I won again. 2 nights in a row.
Well,
it's
now,
beautiful.
JP, when people want to sign up on mybookie.ag, what should they be doing? Because other people got to win like you. I mean, I know it's not that easy. You got to be careful, but what should they be doing?
All you got to do, sign up, use code Sideline, nice and easy. Go, you get a 50% deposit bonus. So if you put in 1,000, they'll give you 500. Can't go wrong. For $1,000, you can get 1,500. And what I love about it, since I'm traveling between New York and Illinois all the time, I can play it anywhere. If I'm in Illinois, I can bet. If I'm in New York, I can bet. I can't do that with some of the other apps. If I go on a different app, and I'm in New York, I can't play. If I'm in Illinois, I can't play. So with my bookie, I just take it wherever I am, and I'm good to go.
And you're making money too.
Exactly. Go to mybookie.ag, use code Sideline. Can't go wrong. 50% deposit bonus. I love it.
I love that. All right, good.
But
next, JB, what else do we have going on right now?
Raphael's not here. Let's use the P word. Parlay. All right.
Got a great guest.
So
another
next,
great guest.
We got 2 guests actually.
Wow.
Yes.
So last week we were talking about JB Promotions, which is running the boxing this week, November 11th in Atlanta. So I have the promoter who's coming on right now, Gabrielle, and we also have Hakeem Tito Lopez, who's an up-and-coming boxer. He is 13-1 with 8 knockouts. He's one of the top prospects in Georgia. and he's also fighting this Saturday. So let's welcome them both to the show. How you guys doing?
Hey,
how you doing?
guys doing today?
Doing great.
Pretty
How's
good.
it
How about
going?
you?
Thanks for having us. Before we get started, I need to make sure, JB, that I give you a call Thursday afternoon since you're on that streak. I need to know next under. That's gold right there for me.
I'm telling you.
It's money in the bank.
Go to mybookie.ag, 50% deposit bonus. Use code Sideline. Sign up. Don't wait.
Get that money.
So tell us what's going on Friday.
So Friday, JB Promotions has its first ever professional boxing pro debut show in Atlanta at the Atrium. It's going to be JB Promotions' 4th show in a year. We're excited about it. We have a great fight card. Everybody come out and have a great time. Doors open at 6. First bell is at 7. Looking to see everybody. If you're in the Atlanta area Saturday, come out and see a great professional boxing event. It's great. Everybody has a great time.
And that's at the Atrium in Stone Mountain.
That's correct. The Atrium at 5479 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain.
That's awesome. So Hakeem, you're fighting. You're from Georgia?
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
So how does it feel to be on this card in your hometown, and you're going to be, you're 13-1, your home city? How excited are you?
I'm very excited. Actually, I'm very excited to come back to my state, my city, and put on a good show. I'm not new to this at all. I've been putting on for the city, Atlanta, Georgia, since I was a little boy, fighting 200 plus amateur fights, and I've been holding down the city for so long. So to come in and perform on JP Promotions is just it's another like golden little medal I could put on my neck, man. I love it. I feel good.
So what weight class you fighting?
I fight at 168 super middleweight.
All right. And who's the cat you're about to beat up on?
I'm not going to name drop. I just know it's a tough opponent.
All right.
He's coming to fight.
I respect it.
I respect everybody that come in the ring. My dad always told me every fighter is a potential champion, and that's how we're going to look at him. So he's going to get handled accordingly.
I like the subtle confidence. Like, you don't overdo it. I respect that. That's good.
It just comes from being around it so long. I got a decorated amateur career. I've been in the pros, and I set my goals very high, and being world champion is my thing. So I conduct myself in that way.
So it's kind of like the same advice that my parents gave me. I'm 6'6", 300 pounds, and my mom was 6'2", my dad was 6'7". They said, son, there's always somebody bigger. So just, so it's the same thing, right? Just respect. And actually, it's the little ones that scare me because, man, it's quick.
Like John.
Yeah.
No, not that little. I'm talking about
you brought up family, right? So your dad, your uncle, and your brother are all boxers as well. So
yeah, my dad was a fighter. God rest his soul. He passed away. My uncle was a fighter. My older brother was a fighter, and then my younger brother and my god. So yeah, I'm around nothing but fighting my whole life. Been around nothing but fighting my whole life.
So how difficult is that at the family get-togethers that you're all boxers? I mean, if one of you guys has a bad fight, forget it. You must pick each other apart, but at the same time make each other so much better.
You want to know what's crazy? My dad, you know how they say, my dad was always like my biggest fan, but my worst critic. So it's like, I could win a fight beautifully to everybody else, but to him, just one thing was wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably ain't step to the right or step to the left.
He knows every little detail.
Every tiny detail. So it's like, when I go back to the house from the fight or from the gym, I just know while I'm eating dinner or something, I'm about to get it. I already know. So.
But that's good because it means he never wants you to be complacent. He always wants you to continue to get better.
That was always the mindset. Never be satisfied. Never be complacent.
It was probably he probably saw you do 99 things right and saw that one thing out of that 100 things and said, "That's what we got to fix."
That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Because it's always like, to him, is always like, you can always be better. There's always something to be done. You know, so if we get a win today, that don't mean that win is tomorrow. Because tomorrow we gotta do it all over again, but we gotta do it better. And then that's the next day, then the next day, then the next day, then the next day. So
I love that.
So was Thanksgiving dinner like a big spar fest for you guys? Like, hey, pass the potatoes. He's like, bah! Like, you know.
Hey, you want some potatoes? How about this?
Yo, one thing I do know, one thing I can say is that holidays for us, like boxing is 24/7, 365 for us. So like, there's no days off. So like, if we want to eat Thanksgiving, we got to go to the gym. If we want to celebrate this, just be in the gym, you know. So the gym come first, then we celebrate, and then over and over and over. So that's how it is.
So with 2024 almost here, what are your goals for 2024?
2024. So this fight right here is very special to me because it's I'm putting myself back in the ring. 2024, my goal, my mission is still the same as 2023, 2022, I'm on the road to becoming a world champion, and that's where my eyes at right now. You know, it's always something that could come up. There's always forks in the road. But the mission is always the same. You know, so get good fights. So listen to my coach, listen to my team, and execute, and then repeat the same thing over and over, no matter what happens. So that's what we on.
I love the mindset. I really do. That's good. So you're more about, there's a bigger picture, but let's take it one step at a time. You're not getting out of yourself. Like you have the big picture in mind, but you're like, okay, we got one fight here. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's go there first.
Because like if you understand, right, like you got 24 hours in a day, right? And it's always the little things that count. So yeah, if you're trying to rush too much, you might miss the little things. So we take it like the day at a time. So we make sure that them 500 sit-ups, 500 push-ups be done in that day, or we make sure like the run get done in the morning, the training in the afternoon, then the training in the evening, so we can rest up and repeat it the next day. So it's never like oh, you got that fight next week. No, but what about today? Stuff still needs to be done today. So that's how we look at it. We never miss a day. And listen, you can never take a day granted, right? For granted. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow might not come. So that's how I feel. So
that's a great mindset.
So is there a way that we can, is this get a stream? Is this event get a stream at all for those of us that stay on the West Coast that can't make it to Atlanta?
Yes. The event's going to be live streamed on Clark TV Network, and we'll have the information posted on our Instagram and on our website soon. We also have other couple of platforms that we've signed deals for in the last week or two. Redfin TV. We're looking at Push Play VIP. So we'll have all the information on our website so that if you can't make the fight, you can download it and live stream. We're going to live stream the weigh-in. We're gonna stream everything. It's going to be great.
And what is
the weigh-in?
Oh, good.
The weigh-in is Friday at 4:00 at the Atrium, same address, 5479 Memorial Drive. It's not really open to the public, but we don't mind if a couple of people want to kind of stick their head in. A lot of media personnel come in to get their media badges, and the fighters are very focused at that time. And, they really just want to get on a scale and eat something as soon as they get off the scale. Try to respect the process and try to keep it, kind of, as quiet as possible.
And what is your website and your IG handle so that way our listeners can check you out?
Sure. So you can reach us on Instagram at j.be.promotions. That's j.be.promotions. Or you can buy tickets online, take a look at some of our past fighters and what we've been doing in Atlanta at jbpromotions.com. That's jbepromotions.com.
Perfect.
And did we have another one of your fighters on last week?
Yes,
we sure did.
Yeah, former football player,
Alex Ajabar.
Yes. Yeah,
excited to see him fight. He's a heavyweight coming back from a little hiatus. Just excited to see that man fight.
like you're saying, he had some life things come up in his road, and he's coming back from them. So that was a great story and great to hear. And how many fights are on this ticket?
Right now, we have 8 fights on the ticket, or
Right.
8 scheduled to be on the at the event. We'll see what happens at the weigh-in. But right now, we have 8 fights. I'm excited to see Tito Lopez fight. We have a young man by the name of K-Champ. I can't wait to see him fight. Shout out to K-Champ. Also, I want to say shout out to Hitchville Gym and shout out to School Bullies Gym. And so, but anyways, yeah, we got 8 fights scheduled. So things happen at the weigh-in, but we'll see what happens.
That's a loaded card. That's a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
Sounds like a great event. It sounds like a great event for the Atlanta area, man. So if you all are listening, it's been great talking to you guys, and I give you just a great young man coming on and sharing your story with us, and nothing but luck to you.
Hey, best of luck.
Yes.
Prayers of good luck, and I hope the event goes off well.
Yeah. Good luck to both of you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for having us on. And by the way, we've got a step and repeat banner with the Sideline Sports logo on it. When we take pictures, I send them out to everybody.
Awesome.
Well, we appreciate it. And guys, don't forget, tell everyone tomorrow in the morning, 99.1, you guys will be on. And, we're on every Wednesday. We'd love to, have you guys on in the future. If you got any other future fights or events, we're always happy to have you
let
on.
us know.
Thanks, gentlemen. You guys are doing a great job. I really enjoy your show.
Right on.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Be blessed.
All right, peace.
So that was great to speak with.
I think John was saying something more, or maybe all you guys were saying about you get a chance to meet the athlete, but then you get a chance to know the person. And what a great young man! It just
oh my gosh, yeah.
I love when guys come on and just can be just be themselves. There wasn't a whole lot of fluff. He wasn't fluffing his feathers. He just talking about life and talking about being a boxer and his family, and did talk smack on the guy. I didn't want to open. I was just curious who he was fighting.
Yeah.
But he didn't talk any smacks. It was like just pure respect for his opponent coming up. I hope that young man does well.
Pure respect for the sport too, because Dave, you played football. Mm-hmm. If you respect the game, it'll respect you. So I like that he was respectful of not only his opponent but also of the sport itself, because any sport, if you're respectful of it, it'll be pretty good to you usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sounded like a just class act. He's got his business, and he's going to go about it. A lot of guys will come on.
He did have a little bit of swag to him too.
Oh, of course, but he's not flaunting his stuff, saying, "Oh, I'm going to whoop him." He's like, I got business to take care of, and that's it. I respect.
It was a silent confidence. Yeah. You know what it kind of reminds, like a Tom Brady type confidence.
Oh.
You know who you are. You're confident that you're going to do well, but you don't need to talk about it. You're just going to go out and do it.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of.
I also didn't get a chance to thank Fred for coming on. That was really kind of cool too.
It was awesome.
Hey, well, it's funny because you just meet a guy, and then he comes on, and then he starts talking about all the cats he's hanging out with. I mean, come on, and then he comes on and joins us. And that's just nice. It's nice. It's a good heart, and I hope his show does well in the Atlanta area. So I hope if you're listening, you guys support, Fred and Terrell Buckley and their new show they're launching in the Atlanta area.
It's gonna be great. I can already tell.
Oh, those two cats! Hey, wait, we're gonna have Terrell Buckley on too.
Oh, I love Terrell Buckley.
I'm telling you, those two guys. I don't know who's gonna get a word in edgewise, but it'll be not short of stories. I can assure you that.
I used to watch Buckley growing up because he played for the Dolphins and many other teams, so I remember him very fondly.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. If we were betting, Dave, because you're gonna tell us in just a second about betting, but if we were betting, if we could go through a show without John saying Dolphins,
he said Terrell Buckley. He played for the
Dolphins.
Yeah, but you know what? But I will say this: if you would have taken a bet on how long it would have taken John to say the word Dolphins, you may have won, because I would have bet within the first 5 minutes. I would have given him 5 minutes to say the word Dolphins. It took him almost 45 minutes. That's going to be a record for John.
I beg to differ. We were talking about the Dolphins while Fred was on. So,
but did he say the word Dolphins? I don't think he did. He said fins up. He didn't say the word Dolphins.
I would love to have both of them on the show at the same time. That would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We could just mute. We could just mute.
Just let them talk.
Yeah. And actually, people might like that, but anyhow.
Right. So before we go any further, Dave.
What?
Yeah. You
So
got to
tell us about your weekend.
Oh, let me tell you about my weekend. We've been talking about this site, this MyBookie AG, you know, and you guys know I don't gamble. I still don't know what a tease bet is, but I do know what a 50% match is. So it didn't take my old mind, you know, too long. Maybe what has it been 2 weeks? We've been working with MyBookie or 3. I'm like 50% match. Okay, I got on there, and first of all, I didn't do it right away because I thought it was going to be hard to do. You know, I mean, I'm lucky to hit the button to log on for this show. Well, first of all, it was simple as heck to go in and set up an account. And I'm like, okay, but then there's a bazillion things I could bet on. I mean, there's squares I could do. I could do slot machines. I could do blackjack. I'm looking. Okay, NFL football. Okay, boom. Ooh, college football. And then I'm like, okay, so there's, you know, they could bet the games. And JB, you brought up a point. I'm in California. I can't do any of those other sites. So that's another thing is I didn't think I could do it because I'm in California. So if you're in California and you want to do online betting, man, I'm telling you, I went in there and I don't know nothing from gambling. But here's what I do know. I do know football. And I do know the Bengals are one of the worst defenses against tight ends. And I do know that when the Bills went to go play them, that
Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid.
No. But who's the guy throwing him the ball that's struggling?
Josh Allen.
Thank you. That guy. You know, and I know he's trying to get back on point. He loves Kincaid. And the over was 3.5 catches. You know, the Bengals give up an average of 6 catches to a tight end every game. Well, that seemed like a no-brainer to me. So I put $200 on that, and I won $104. I mean, it was
nice.
No-brainer. Here's another thing I know. That was going to be a shootout, and Joe Burrow coming back off his injury has looked great. I mean, he lit up the Niners, and he's looked fantastic. The over was 1.5 touchdowns against a shootout, which was going to be, you know, a high-scoring game. Put $300 on that, won 165. To me, that was so easy. But here's what the thing about this site is there's so many options, man. You know, if I could figure out how to parlay, I would have put those two together. So now
to top it off,
I'm still learning.
You do know we got pictures from Dave with his bets, so he's not even just making it up. I have his screenshots, and he was so excited that he put him in, and he, you know, everything he says, how easy it was. He sent it to us and was like, "This was easy. I love this." No,
so hey, just like every gambler, I sent those two because I felt really good about them.
Then you went harder.
But wait, but I don't listen. I don't listen real well. I'm not real coachable, as I only played 2 seasons. So is Raphael said, don't bet the over. But I was so sure that was going to be a shootout. I bet the over. So I lost on that one.
Yeah.
But hey, when both offenses scored in the first 30 seconds, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yes, I get to try that, man.
Dave is learning the way gambling works.
Yeah, but hey, I'm just saying MyBookie AG was easy for a 59-year-old football player to go in, open up the account, to place some bets right away. You know, I took a little navigating because, like I said, there's just so many options. I don't know if that's normal because I don't ever do this. But if I just want to do squares, I could do squares. If you just want to pick the game, they lay it right out there. You just click the box. You put in how much you want to bet, and boom, it's off. It's really
simple because you don't got to put in like $500 or something. You could put in 50, and
put in 50
they match 20, they match half of that for you.
I was going to say, when you use code Sideline,
yeah,
you're getting a 50% deposit match too. Don't forget that. So you put in 50,
that's what I mean.
You're getting a total at 75 at the end of the day because they're giving you 25.
If you want to start small with like $50 and then see how the site is, you know, that way you're not like dropping 500 in your account or something. You could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, so that's my experience with MyBookie. It was really cool. It's really fun. I'm not going to be to JB standard. JB's betting soccer. I mean, who bets soccer? 1-0. You know, I mean,
or
a lot of money to be made at soccer. A lot of money to be made at soccer.
It'll be
well, you guys. You talk about easy things. We only got a couple minutes, but I can't help it. There were a lot of things I would have loved to talk about, but I can't help but talk about how difficult, not easy, it was to watch the Dolphins again this week because John, I'm going to just call you out. I don't really care. You're a Finns fan. Your team sucks against actual contenders.
How do they suck? They have
I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you how. So against 3 contenders, you have played 3 good teams. You've played the Eagles, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Against those teams, you have been outscored 100-51, John. You have been outscored by 49 points.
But Jake,
you guys look awful. You look awful. You're giving up over 30 points a game against real teams.
Do you watch football, or do you just look at the box scores?
I do, and you look terrible.
You look terrible. Okay, hold on, Dave. Wait, hold on. So if you hold Patrick Mahomes under 200 yards,
that's
you hold
what I said.
Travis Kelce to 2 catches for 14 yards. In the second half, you hold Patrick Mahomes under 100 yards. You hold the rushing game under 100 yards for the game.
Notice how he picks one game.
Suck?
That's not what I said.
No, you said they suck against better teams, but their defense.
You're 0-3, John. You've given up 100 points.
All right, guys.
You have been horrid.
Hey, guys. Hey, you know what? There's 36 other teams or 40 other teams.
I just had to answer his question because it made no sense.
Look, the Dolphins are frauds, and John needs to accept it and move on. That's all.
I don't think they're frauds. I think they're a pretty good football team.
That's just an asinine statement.
Yeah. But hey, let's talk about Dobbs.
Oh my God.
JB wanted to talk about Dobbs.
I mean, the fact that he was on Arizona. They traded him for whatever reason, because they got Kyler coming back. So I guess he's out of their long-term plans. Minnesota takes a chance on him. Wasn't even expected to play. Their starting quarterback gets hurt after Cousins got hurt last week. They throw him in the game. And they come back and beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
What
is that?
You know what he was probably
thinking? Say about him?
You know what he was probably thinking, though? He goes, you know what? This is easy. It's not rocket science, because he does know how to do that also. If you didn't know, he's a rocket scientist. The man is awesome.
Yeah. The thing I think he's proven is that he's a competitor. He wasn't anybody's first choice, and he was scrappy in Arizona. I know, John, it wasn't one of your favorites. As far as an overall quarterback, when you're ranking him, there's so many great quarterbacks. But one thing he has shown to me is that he's a competitor and he's scrappy. If you believe me, you don't just jump into as a quarterback a program in 1 week and be able to do perform and to lead a team into a victory against I think a very good opponent. That's a neat thing.
He didn't even know most of his teammates on the offense names.
Yeah.
He knew their names. He didn't.
Isn't that awesome?
He didn't take not one rep with the offense during the the week. Not one rep with that offense. And then he just got thrown into the game. The first time he ever stepped on the field with that offense was in the middle of a game.
Yeah. I heard Kevin O'Connell was just in his ear, like giving him as much as he could before the headset turns off at the 15-second mark. He was like, I'm going to give him everything I can, and he's going to just do what he can with it. And he looked he didn't just win the game. It's not like he just did enough. He looked good. Like, he made plays. He looked really good.
Running the ball.
Hey, O'Connell's a San Diego State guy, just saying.
Of course.
Just saying.
Oh, wow. This may be one of the more impressive debuts. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year Baker Mayfield comes on for the Rams. It was a short week as well. Same thing where he just joined the team. This is I thought that was impressive. This was even more impressive. To me, this was shorter week. I think when Baker came on, it was 7 days or 8 days, which was still not a lot of time, but he had a little extra time. Dobbs was 5 days, not even 5 whole days. He gets traded on a Tuesday, playing on a Sunday, wins the game, and he plays.
That great. Old joke, somebody says it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this or that. Well, he's an actual rocket.
I know.
Hey guys,
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, there's a whole mental aspect too that you have to credit him with as well. Being just dismissed, and hey, I was your starter. I was doing, my best job for you. And then boom, you're gone. And then you're sitting there going, okay, I'm backing up this guy. And so to have the mental acumen just to go in there and just forget all that stuff and be a pro. I just think it speaks highly of the man. And it was great to see. It would be interesting to see how they do the rest of the season with him. But I think he's gone in and established himself as an immediate leader.
The same
You
thing
know what?
happened to him in Arizona because right
Yeah.
before the season started, he got traded to Arizona and he didn't
Yep.
know his teammates' names.
Nope.
It's just like, by the way, you're the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Go start week 1 for us, you know.
And he
It's
played
like-
well.
And he played well
Yeah.
for the first couple weeks. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
I like the kid, just
Yeah.
not
I
as a
think. Listen, I think the Vikings made a good move. It's proven. You know, they're still in the race for the division. They're not out of it.
No.
You know, and the Falcons just, you know, let them come in and come back and win. You know, that I don't necessarily blame the Falcons. I think it's more on the Viking offense and Dobbs, his ability.
He may play himself into a starting job next year.
Yeah.
With Kirk Cousins being hurt as he is, he's not getting any younger. You never know. We're lots to be seen, but it's certainly a possibility. There's no question about it, I don't think.
If you want to keep Justin Jefferson, I wouldn't do that. But yeah.
I will say
Why?
that this
You haven't
has
seen
been
them play together.
this has been the quickest hour I think we've had. You know, with all the guests. Not our usual show for everyone that's watching or listening, but you know, some great guests. Fred was phenomenal. Tito was great. Gabriel, make sure you're paying attention to Boxing Friday. You know, that's going to be a phenomenal event. And we will see you guys next week. Jake, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. You guys can find me on Twitter at Jake_Malik. And more importantly, you can find Sideline Sports on all the social media platforms you could possibly think of. Just look us up everywhere. Whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, anything at all you could possibly think of. Just look up Sideline Sports and you'll find us there. John?
Yeah. Blue Hawks 13, NFL Alumni Media, and Sideline Sports.
Dave?
Hey, I'm Dave. And hey, we're about to hop on our next show. That's Hawk Talk. And I do that with Walter Thurman and Trey Madden. And this week we got Joe Tafoya. And our guest is Min Tran. And he's a Marine. Because once a Marine, always a Marine. And the Marine Corps birthday's in a couple of days on the 10th. And so he's our 12 hanging out with us. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and that's that.
JB_ the program on X, Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. We will be back on the radio in Atlanta Sunday with the NFL kickoff, 12 to 1. You can see everything you saw tonight on all our social medias. If you're listening in Atlanta, make sure you follow where Jake said to go so you can watch it. Phenomenal guest, great show. We'll see you guys next week.
Be good humans.